Hi guys! In this series of HTML5 for Absolute Beginner, we're going to discuss about pseudo classes. Please take note, the installation of HTML Preview won't be discussed in this topic. So please watch the first video of the series. So now, without any further ado, let's get started. To start with, what are pseudo classes? Pseudo classes lets you apply CSS based on state change. Like for example, these are the example of CSS classes or the pseudo classes. The hover, active, link, focus, and support. Notice how it arranged in the HTML. Please take note that in every structure of tags in HTML represent a by layer. So let's say the least layer are the child and the top layer are the parents. To explain further, we're going to demonstrate this in our coding. So let's start. To begin with, we're going to use our old example. So this is the demo that we wrote last in the previous topic. So let's say in here, this is how pseudo classes works. Like this one, if you're going to focus on the body, the topmost, which is the body, is the parent of these inside tags here. So these are represents as class tags that related to a topmost or the topmost tags. Right? For better understanding, like this one, like this li here, wherein the parent most is the ul here. In pseudo classes, to recognize those identical you can say that a child. Okay, so let's say I'm going to mark this so that you will understand. So this is, you can say that this is the parent. These are child. So any tags that don't have a topmost we'll consider as a child. Clear? So this is the representation of the classes in HTML5. Now, let's say we see this first. So I'm going to press Shift Control V. So right now, this is how we represent in this manner. So what we need to do is we need to apply a pseudo classes. Let's say I want to apply this JavaScript here. I want to change the color. So to do that, since they are all related, you're gonna determine which one is it, unless we need to understand the series of ordering of tags. So in HTML5 or pseudo classes, we can apply that, let's say, since they are groups of li or this list here, so we can do is we call tag, name of the tag, and then we can assign these pseudo classes and the representation as chat. So since we're trying to modify the third one, which is the JavaScript, I'm going to pick that order, and then I'm going to assign a color. Let's start with color. Let's say going to be green. Okay, that's it. Now let's try here. There you go. In pseudo classes, those related tags, child tags, can be distinguished by setting up or check which is the order of those things. So in here, I pick 3 or the third child, which is the third child is JavaScript. 1, 2, 3. So that's our third child. Also, let's say I'm going to pick here let's say the first child. I'm going to change this color to blue. Okay, blue. See? There you go. So another thing, this not only applies to child. I mean, this you can also apply this to all the tags. Let's say, for example, let's say I'm going to pick these tags here. So to do that, we need to call the paragraph tags, and I'm going to assign this as class, let's say child. Then here is the child paragraph. Okay, so let's say I'm going to make this at least 5 of this one. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in this manner, similar to what we did to this, we can also apply pseudo classes for this one. So to do that, we need to, let's say, we need to copy this one here, and then replace this first here. We need to replace with pita. Save. So save. So what it does is we pick the third child or the first child here. This is the first child, and we change that to blue. Let's try. Okay, let's check again. Let's see what did happen here. Okay, child green and child color blue. So let's try the 2. Control Shift E. Okay, so seems that this didn't because it is recognized as a child, I mean outside. So let's say we need to change the tags. I mean, let's change this one. We're going to group this into a deep folder. So deep ID, since they don't belong to the group, so it's still recognized as a parent. So I mean, it's recognized as a topmost. So what we need to do is we need to create a layer wherein this group of paragraphs will be grouped inside a layer. So now we have a topmost, which is the parent, and followed with this child here. So let's check our HTML. Okay. Because we represent as a child, so it should be inside of a topmost parent. Let's try. Shift Control B. There you go. That's the representation of the child and the topmost parent. So other than that, okay. Let's review again. A while ago, when we declare this and here and child, we represent as a child. So that's why the first part works, because these are all a child of this UL here. A while ago, that didn't work because this was outside. So this is considered as the topmost. So these are represent as a parent. Now, for our code to work, we need to assign this inside a root tags. So in here, I declare a div wherein I set it up as the parent. So when we called our code, which is the end child, these are all recognized as a child. So let's say I'm going to modify this again. Let's say all end child of a paragraph are going to change to add. So which means all add order will be changed to color blue. So let's try. And there you go. So notice how all the odd numbers represents in this color. So same goes. Let's say I'm going to change the color again. So this time are all even numbers. Okay. So let's say want to change to yellow. Okay, let's see. And let's go back again. There you go. So these are, oops, should be paragraph. Save. And there you go. Okay, that's it, guys. So this is an intro to our pseudo classes. In a later discussion about HTML5, we're going to discuss all the things that all the other pseudo classes, including pseudo elements. For now, if you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And see you guys on the next video series. Cheers!